What is this?
And
Dude, this is not good for you. What? What the fuck? Hello? Why is there two audio? Okay, we're back. We're so back. You cannot get rid of me that easily. I need to give you a little bit of context as to what's going on in this chaotic video.
oh, don't be so easy on yourself.
Essentially, I got two of my friends, Sams and Caio, and we decided that we're gonna make something called the Conway Games of Life together using one of the language that we pick. However, being the indecisive programmers that we are, we couldn't pick a single language that we could agree on. It went on for so long that we decided on something called Crystal, but then we realized that we're not really competent in the technology, so we switched the language later on. But there's so many things going on in this whole video. I used a semicolon. No. I'm just gonna be here trying to explain the cool stuff about this game of life thing. It's an interesting simulation, something called cellular automata, whatever that means. But I'll explain it when we get there. But for now, I hope you enjoy whatever going on in here. Yes. Also, toward the end, we will also be talking about a trick to make this simulation run on an infinite grid. For those who already know how games of life work, this might be something new for you. If not, we'll go through everything anyway and hope that you will learn something. Alright, we're implementing game of life.
Easy.
In a language. You gotta pick a language.
Right.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do the pick each other's languages thing?
No, that's gonna result in brain fuck and like some
No,
bullshit.
okay. No esoteric languages.
Okay.
If we do that.
Can we make this exception though? No AI.
Yeah.
Sure.
No. And yes, I forgot to mention, we're not using any AI at all. The tab completion, ChatGPT, Claude, whatever out there, we're not using them. We're going back to the good old caveman mode of Stack Overflowing our way out of here. No auto completion. Wait.
No, auto completion.
Yeah.
As long as it's not
Yeah.
it's not AI.
As long as it's not one of those agent.
No Alt L. Yeah.
Okay, so are we all gonna do the same language then, or are we all gonna pick one? Okay. We're losing focus.
Alright.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm losing. I lost focus on purpose to
to delay the
ADHD
inevitable.
just tried to do one thing for 5 hours.
So, I'm here from the future, and I think this is necessary to tell you that for any of this point, we start talking some random thing, you could always just look at the timeline below and skip to the useful part. I'll try to mark it down of all the necessary information about the simulations and the programming and the technique we're using and all of the important part. But other than that, most of this is just our random shenanigans. So, okay, I'm just gonna list it down. C.
Yeah, we each read our things.
Oh,
We each read our
camel.
things.
And honestly, that's about it. I don't know anything else that sounds interesting. OCaml is functional, right?
OCaml's functional and statically typed.
And
It's
PHP.
like best of both worlds. Oh, don't even invoke. It's like Voldemort. You can't say that. Like you can't.
You know what? Okay, Zig. That's it. That's.
Oh my
Zig.
God, no. Zig, dude, you're crazy.
Oh,
Let's look at the Zig website.
It's
So,
like
the
Go.
problem that I have with it.
It's like
No,
Go,
no,
but
no,
for
no.
C.
No.
So like Go is like C but for Python.
The build process for Zig is
That's-
really like weird. That's the
true.
one thing that I don't like about it. It's so it's so confusing to me.
Dude, oh my God, WT Schools has a page for ChatGPT 4.
What?
GPT-4.
GPT 4.
Alright. I don't think we're able to decide this. I'm just gonna pick C for myself. Or wait, OCaml doesn't sound that bad. We should
Oh,
pick.
Crystal. Crystal statically typed. Are you still recording? You should edit it and like make our voices like really fast forward and be like 5 hours later.
5 hours.
Oh, huge. I got a hello world working, guys.
That's quick.
Me 3.
Halfway there.
As I mentioned before, by this point, we decided on Crystal, and let me tell you, this language is not easy to set up. Actually, it's not that bad, but I spent so much time trying to install the entire language itself, the compiler. We just talk about some random thing.
I mean, you don't need it. You could just be Linus Torvalds and just be fucking cracked for the rest of your life.
Wait, what is the story?
Well, he
Accidentally
didn't
use
know that you could
assembly.
program in like a programming language. So he used to just use assembly because he thought that's what you do.
Dude.
He was like, I'm talking to the computer.
Yeah, like what are you doing? Oh, I'm implementing a operating system. What do you mean?
And then I got my webcam up, so you don't have to look at the screen the whole time. I don't know if that's better or worse, actually.
Water drop.
Oh my god. Okay, so I'm not using AI. I'm not using AI. But
Yes.
for a second, it flashed, like the autocomplete flashed. I didn't press like tab or anything, but I don't have a language server. So the Z AI picked up that I'm using Crystal and started recommending like, this is how you make an array. This is how you do this. How cool is that, guys?
So the reason Sam is talking about this part specifically is because this language is very new, that there is no language server anywhere. There's no highlighting anywhere. We're essentially writing in Notepad. Whatever editor we're using, the entire thing is just a text file. That's what we're dealing with.
Pretty
You're
cool,
cheater.
man.
You're banned.
I'm not.
No, it's okay. You're a cheater. It's fine.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Why is
For
the
sure.
documentation is so hard to figure out?
Yeah, I gave up with the documentation. I just started looking it up on Google. How to crystal array, and then it said you do the same thing as normal. It's a list, actually. You fucking idiot. You
Semantically speaking, it's actually a different type.
semantically. Who is semantic?
Samantha.
Samantha. I haven't heard that name in ages.
I don't want to talk about this right now. I just got over her.
I just finally got over.
Well, how big of a grid are you guys making for your game of life?
I'm just gonna test the blinker, so it's 3x3.
Okay.
Blinker. Barely know her.
See, it feels amazing, doesn't it? Now what? Now I gotta figure out the rules of the game.
Finally, the rule of the game. Let me pull up my trusty notebook. Let me draw some grid so that we can get started with this. So this whole thing is what we call a cellular automata. It is a types of simulation that run on a grid of cells. Each of these cells will follow a set of rules from one time step to another, and then when you run them a lot of time, there will be cool thing coming out of it. For what we're doing today specifically is a types of games of life that found by Mr. Conway. I don't know his full name. I never actually get in deeper into any of this, but he found 4 simple sets of rules that apply to all of this cell, and people have discovered objects and structures and crazy behavior coming out of their simulation based on those 4 rules. It is also Turing complete, and literally there are people out there who've created games of life inside of games of life simulation, and this is just crazy.
Yes.
Okay, each cell with 4 or more neighbors. Wait, but
Oh, excuse me. Before we continue, each of these cells can either be dead or alive. That's it. 0 or 1. You can imagine that alive cells are the one that filled in like this. Now with this, we can start with the simplest rule possible. The first rule is, let's call it underpopulation. The reason we call it underpopulation is because if we look at the neighbor of any alive cell, if there are 1 or less alive cells around it, this center cell over here will die in the next iteration. So in our case, there is not a single 1 alive cell at all. So this cell will be gone in the future.
too little neighbors or too many neighbors, it dies.
Yes.
Ah,
Just
Overpopulation and underpopulation.
like life.
okay.
It's like a game of life.
Wait, say that again?
Now the opposite of underpopulation is overpopulation. Essentially, if there is a live cell and there is 4 or more alive cell around the current cell. So let's say there's 1 here, 2, 3, and I'll put 4 over here. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4 in the neighbor. This cell will also die in the next iteration. Same idea as before, except the condition has to be the opposite to trigger it. The last 2 rule I don't really know how to call it, but the third one is if there are 3 alive cell next to a dead cell. So let's pick one. This one, for example. No, that's not real. I take that back. This one, for example, is dead. But if you look at the neighbors, so 1, 2, 3, if and only if there is exactly 3 alive neighbor next to the main cell, this cell will become alive in the next iteration. That is, let's just call it the born rule. I don't know. The last rule is a bit confusing. If there are 3 alive cells around a single dead cell, obviously based on the third rule, that cell will become alive, and if the cell is already alive, it will stay alive. And the last condition is that if there are 2 alive cells next to an alive cell, so let's say this is an alive cell. If you look at its neighbor, there's 2 of them. This cell will stay alive. But if the cell was not alive to begin with, it will stay dead. So that's the last rule, and that's it. Let me do some.
Is there no actual docs for this?
Dude,
Seems
Like,
pretty.
are they-
Seems pretty grim, don't it? It seems like Void OS type shit.
type shit. Okay, so specification is where the actual syntax live. Do you have it? I'll share it. I don't like this anymore.
Oh, fine. Let's pick another language if you hate it so much, huh?
Maybe no, I'm not saying we pick another language, but next time we do something like this, maybe we should check if there's a language server for it.
For loops are not supported.
Really? Really? I guess we're doing recursion now, guys. Come on. Wait, you have to create a macro. What? What is this? The E symbol, why is it here?
It's a set of 1, 2, 3.
You can replace me with any other word or character.
It's just not in.
It's not in.
What?
I'm starting to think this is a joke language.
This gotta be a joke.
You slowly turn to Dreambird.
How do I loop? How do I loop? How do I do a loop? Help! Can we switch? Can we please switch? I
Nope.
vetoed this language. I vetoed this language.
Let's go to
Okay,
Ocam.
maybe we switch. No, camel. Let's switch. All right, guys. Okay, how about this? We not show. We say what we've done so far, and then we move on.
I've made a board, and
Mm-hmm.
then I've been trying to do a loop this entire time.
I create 2 number.
Yeah. Let's change
Okay,
to.
unanimous vote. Unanimous vote. Let's change.
Oh, dude, of course.
I change, dude.
Not that I have anything wrong with Crystal. I just have something wrong with you.
I have some. Well,
Damn.
I don't know about that.
I'm kidding.
Why is it yellow? Anyway, I think it's more of a skill issues from our side that we don't know how to use this language. I believe Crystal is designed to be good with concurrency program type stuff. That's why there's no ordinary for loop, because it's going sequentially. But the question is why the syntax is weird, you know, but I don't know. We didn't go any deeper into the detail about this. We just switched directly to Ruby, and Caio has some knowledge about it. Apparently Crystal is built on top of Ruby. The syntax is very similar. So
Okay,
Kidding.
literally, Ruby would be actually cool. I'm telling you. But
language
I'm
Ruby.
not gonna suggest any languages this time because I fucked up.
Why
no,
am
no,
I
no, no. Crystal was a good language. It's not quite there for what our use cases. Wait, Ruby's kind of an awesome language. What the hell? I wish someone told me about this earlier.
5
I wish
seconds in?
someone would write the same thing but make it with less documentation.
Je n'ai compris.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you so much, man.
Oh my god, I did it! No, I didn't, but I did it.
All right, so I got an error, and I don't like it.
Welcome to programming, brother.
It's the worst part. I don't know how you guys deal with this. What even is this error? Oh, there we go. It tells me exactly. Undefined.
To see if it'll work.
Undefined. Fuck you mean undefined? Fuck you mean water isn't wet?
Fuck you mean water's not wet?
Aha, dude. Oh my god, we're cooking. We are cooking.
Wait. I like the idea. I just hate the implementation.
What's the idea that you like?
Fast. Not
It's actually
statically
slower than Python.
Is it actually? Doesn't feel
Yes.
like it.
It is slower than Python. So, Ruby used to be the backbone of the internet for like a couple of, like, the start of the internet, right?
Yeah.
So you know Ruby on Rails. So like you had like Twitter, GitHub, all those guys, and then as soon as their infrastructure started like scaling, they were having performance issues and stuff like that, which is why they all had to switch out of Ruby. So
Damn.
like all the big tech giants started with Ruby, and then when it started getting slow, they had to migrate out of it.
That
And then now we have
So instead
Python,
of-
so it seems like people forgot what that scripting language is not meant
history
for that.
repeats itself.
They're like, oh, you know what we could do to solve this issue? Let's create a new scripting language.
I was joking about the implementation. I find nothing wrong with it. I'm just stupid.
Oh, don't be so easy on yourself.
Guys,
For real.
I hate to do this to you, but
You gonna
I'm
leave?
getting pretty sleepy.
Oh my god.
Have you
Sam.
tried not doing that?
Try not doing that.
Alright, goodbye now.
Yeah, okay. There's no good way of saying this. Goodbye.
Good night.
Love you. Good night.
Bye. Let's create some glider.
What? You're no way.
No, I'm not there yet.
Shut the fuck up. Let me create a puffer real quick.
By this point, I just started the program, but I want to be able to test later on when I run the simulation. I should be able to see something predictable. So I want to draw something on the grid.
Let me grab my pizza. I'll be right back.
Right. In games of life, Conway games of life, there are predictable objects and structure that people have discovered from those 4 simple rules alone. One of my favorite one is something called a glider. You create this simple shape, and depends on which direction you aiming it at, it will keep going through that direction forever. And there's a bunch of other things, like there's even structure that literally generate the glider itself. There's also stuff that stabilize, it doesn't keep going. There's also types of object that alternate between shapes, and I think Caio is creating one of them that alternate between these 3 vertical and horizontal line. We'll see that in a bit. But that's what's cool about this types of simulation, is that you give it very simple rule to all of these individual things, but when you let it run, it create on the overall scale something complicated that each of those rules doesn't even care about. All of my atoms and cell doesn't really know that I'm literally talking right now, but emergent property of all of those stuff create this thing, whatever this is. But it's just pretty cool to see, and it's amazing that we are able to simulate them, to imitate them in a computer program. Anyway, I have to finish this whole edit. Stable.
I'm trying to think. I'm like having trouble conceptualizing the thing, and I've done this 3 times before.
Dude,
I'm like missing a key. I'm missing a little piece here.
What kind of piss you missing? What kind of piss?
Huh? Okay.
Okay, there's another thing that I want to talk about specifically. This is pretty cool. It's paper time again. So we already know that this is a simulation run on top of a 2D grid. So the only natural way to implement this is to use something called a 2D array. For those who don't know, array is like a list. People gonna get mad at me for saying that. It's a data structure that can store multiple things at the same time. Now a 2D of that is a that contain multiple things of that. The only thing about array is that you have to define the size of it in advance. So in our case, it would be whatever this is, 5 by 4. Technically it is 4 by 5. You have 4 rows of 5 columns, and it has to be fixed. If you want your simulation to be larger, you have to define a larger grid. Now most of those cells is empty. Our trick is to, instead of using array, we can use something called a sparse table or sparse coordinate, whatever you want to call it, because it is the idea that we're not going to use a lot of this space. Even if we do so, most of the time we don't. So there is a different types of data structure in programming called a hash table. Specifically, what we're going to use is something called a dictionary. I'm just going to write a dictionary or a key value. Another name for this is a lookup table. I think that might be a better name, actually. Just a quick example before we continue is that if you have a table, let's call it T. You can assign it a key. Let's call it Bob, B-O-B, right? And you can give Bob some value. I can give it 30. And I could always look it up again. I could say, okay, what is the value of Bob on my table T? And it will split out 30 instantaneously. Some implementation do it a bit slower, but you could essentially just think of it as very fast, close to how you would look up a value on the array. So there's not a lot of computation time trade-off. You want to look up if a cell is alive or not, it gives you the answer in about the same time. It's not anything different from a 2D array. But the cool part about this is that right now we're using text, using string as a key, but it doesn't stop us from using a different types of value. What if we use something like a pairs of number, x and y, because each of these cells you can think of it as a coordinate. Instead of looking up the table using string, I could just do the same thing, but this time it is with x and y. And the way that we're gonna use the table for this is that I can say my table at the position of x and y is now alive, and any other position that doesn't exist in this table should be dead. So what we have done is, instead of creating a big grid in the memory that is mostly empty, we create a table, a lookup table. With this, I could go all the way to the edge of the universe and say that cells over there, some cells over there are now alive. And it would run the same way, as long as we're dealing with the size of the integer and so on. But you get the idea. Let me do another one of this. Oh, and if else statement is also a ternary, that's beautiful. I hate it.
You can do a ternary with unless.
What? Shut the fuck up right now. Shut the fuck.
Every time you do that, it always reminds me of the fucking, like the Tony Stark, like into the camera.
What? You haven't been to see. Oh wait. Oh, the flickering. Oh, how do I implement a two buffering? Alright, two double buffering. Let's create a operating system.
Make great Wayland.
How does double buffering even work? Let's create Wayland. I just got that.
Oh my god, it's been like 5 hours since I said that.
It takes so long. So the backtick ran a bash command.
Backtick?
Backtick.
I don't know. Is that what it does?
Yeah, so to clear the terminal, I just do that and put the word clear in there. Let's bring back childhood memory when you do Stack Overflow all over again.
I remember when. Exactly how the song goes.
That's it, it just stopped. Neighbor. Alright. The fuck is that? Direction. That should be 8 of them. That's a big mistake.
It is 8 of them, by the way. It's -1, -1, -1, the other number.
Are we doing the same thing right now?
Oh yeah, we are, buddy.
That's crazy.
You better fucking believe it.
But my thing is better than your thing. Today episode, Will this two idiot finish this program in time?
Stay tuned for the
Part
grand
2.
finale
The next episode, the next season.
of fucking dropouts use Ruby. You know how to check nullability?
Dude, I'm literally looking for it right now.
So you do dot.
There's no do now? What now?
Do. Just kidding.
The fuck? But does that mean if it has two neighbor, will it born if there is no... Actually, I could just try in this simulator.
If there's 3 living neighbors, then it like
It-
swaps the state of the cell, so it comes back to life.
It born, but if it has only two, it doesn't born, but it stay alive. If it... Why is it spreading? No, no, no. That's it? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Yeah, it's... Oh my... Fuck is this bullshit, man? Why is it not moving? No!
What the fuck is that?
It's just dancing. It's supposed to be the glider.
That just looks like a worm.
It's tweaking
It's like a
before
little-
when you chop it off. Well, that's because I got confused. The glider with this worm. So apparently this is not the glider. The glider is slightly different. It took me a little bit to fix this. Yes, fuck yes.
Fuck you.
What?
I'll get there. You'll see.
Now I have to say this is not really pretty. We just draw it directly on the terminal, and the terminal itself doesn't have a way for us to do anything pretty cool. It just draw, and we have to press the enter button just to go to the next state. But if you're down for it, use Raylib, use one of those GPU graphic library or something. Write it in C actually, make it look nice. You know, I'm not down for it. I'm done. But maybe not. See the little glider.
Oh my god.
It's going, my boy is going.
There's a little baby. Holy shit. You can speed it up?
No, I have to press enter, and if I hold it, it actually keep going.
Oh, I see.
But yeah, after that point on, I finished my program, and Caio struggled with his thing, and so we tried to debug them together, and that's about it. That's the whole thing. Do you care?
I'm like, I'm done, dude. I mean, I'm just gonna be here, so.
Okay, all right, I'll be back.
Is this entertaining, people?
How we doing?
Oh, it's bad.
I'm back with my food, and I'm trying to stop myself from showing it to the camera like one of those streamer.
Guys, we're gonna do a food blog.
Food
Or,
plot.
sorry, vlog.
This
Chad, is this delicious or what?
this is the formula for success, man.
The hangout is basically over. This.
Just do a normal if, yeah, that's fine.
Then it does that, which
The
means that these are semantically
What
the same.
What is this?
And
Dude, this is not good for you.
look, it works. Now this time it worked.
What? What the fuck? What the fuck? What's... Hello?
Wait, no, but it's only neighbors that we check, right? We don't check the cell.
Yeah. Only the neighbor.
Only neighbors, right? Yeah.
So how does the top right? Okay, so the last... I just feel like solving Sudoku or some shit. This madness. What the fuck is this bullshit? I don't get it, man. I don't get this shit. 7 direction? There's supposed to be 8. I think you're missing something there in your direction.
Oh yeah, the 8th direction would be 0, 0, which doesn't
No.
come out to me.
No. No. So, out of the bat, the entire thing is 9 direction, and the middle one is 0 0. So I think
Yeah.
you miss the middle left.
Ow.
So
Wait, look. Okay. Wait. Look.
yeah, let's go through it one by
Negative
one.
one. -1.
Top left.
Negative. Check this out. Last one. Ah. See, now it's starting to make sense.
Nice,
Ah, see?
nice.
Why was it all fucked up?
Let's fucking
Who wrote
go.
that? Who wrote that? What
Oh.
the hell?
Alright, recording again. There we go.
Look, it's working.
Wow,
good.
let's go.
Yeah. Okay. Bye. See, yeah. See you later.
Don't forget to sub smash.